We're reading the Tomer Devorah, and we're in the background. Who is the closest to Hashem? After the sin of the golden calf, Moshe Rabbeinu ascended to the heaven for 40 days and nights to beseech Hashem for mercy on behalf of Klal Yisrael. His prayers were answered on the 40th day, Yom Kippur. This was an auspicious moment of divine favor, which Moshe utilized to make two more requests. Moshe prayed for the revelation of Hashem himself. Please reveal to me your glory. And he prayed for a revelation of the attributes by which Hashem runs the world. Please reveal to me your way. Hashem answered both of Moshe's requests. As far as the revelation of Hashem himself, Hashem answered that the essence of Hashem's being can never be perceived by a living man. As it is written, you cannot see my face, since no man can see me and live. To his other request, Hashem replied, I will show you all my attributes of goodness and call out with the divine name before you. With this, Hashem revealed to Moshe the 13 attributes of mercy, with which he conducted the world. In Moshe's request, please reveal to me your way, and I will know so that I will find favor in your eyes. We find the 3 steps towards drawing close to Hashem and winning his favor. First, Moshe prayed, reveal to me your ways, then I will know you, and finally, so that I may find favor in your eyes. Based on this, the Ramban explains that he knows Hashem finds favor in his eyes, not he who prays at great length or afflicts himself with fasts, but he who knows Hashem is favored and drawn close, while he who makes no attempt to know him is spurned in distance. According to the degree of the knowledge or ignorance, such as the degree of the favor or disdain. However, knowledge alone is not enough. Knowledge is valued by the degree to which it inspires a person towards good deeds. Now that we have been blessed with knowledge of the 13 attributes, as revealed to the prophets, we must implement them by emulating our Creator. As our sages say, just as He is merciful and graceful, so must you be merciful and graceful. These are the same attributes that Rav Cordovero describes to us in the Tomer Devorah. Rising above ourselves. As we approach the content of this holy Sefer Tomer Devorah, we prepare ourselves to discover the highest level of interpersonal relations. Through it, we transform our judgmental feelings into mercy. Thereby, we awaken mercy in heaven, drawing an awesome flow of blessing upon the Jewish people and the entire world. Before going into detail with the deep insights and practical suggestions of how to actually emulate Hashem, it is important to first note that everyone is capable of this. We have within our souls a portion of godliness from above. Therefore, we also have the power to cling to Hashem's attributes and carry into practice every description in this book, Bezrat Hashem. A person might think that only those who are naturally inclined towards forgiveness are capable of this. We might be scared by the thought of how much investment of energy it takes to achieve these ideals. However, when we know that this is our obligation, that we have the potential and ability to achieve it, and how much merit awaits us for doing it, it will be much easier for us to approach the task with a feeling of happiness and willingness to take on the challenge. Let us make ourselves into worthy vessels to contain the blessing Hashem wants to send us. Let us achieve the ability to rise above ourselves. Sometimes this request is to forgive a debt, sometimes to pardon an insult. We may encounter ingratitude in the very favors we do for others may be turned against us. Often we are right in our indignation and just in our claims. Nevertheless, in our quest to emulate Hashem, we must go beyond what is fair and have mercy on those who harmed us. The best example for mercy is Hashem himself, who constantly gives to us. Even when we sin against him, Hashem gives the sinner the very life force he needs to sin. Sometimes we too encounter similar situations in which people use against us the very favor we did for them. We might ask, I give him my money, my time, my energy, I devote myself entirely to him, and get only grief back in exchange. Wouldn't it be best just to stop giving? At least it would stop him from giving me so much grief. The answer to this is that 13 attributes of mercy are just what their name implies, merciful. They do not follow the dictates of justice, of which is fair or unfair. They go beyond that. They go beyond nature. We are inclined to think that it is proper to do what is fair. However, there is another way of doing things, a way that transcends what is fair, what is legitimate, what is logical, where all the numbers add up and all the debts are settled. This transcendent way of thinking, the path of mercy in the face of injustice, is what sets us apart from the descendants of. It sets us apart as the descendants of Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. Let us take, for example, the story of Reuven, Yaakov Avinu's firstborn. The Gemara tells us that the Hebrew name for Reuven means Reuben. This difference between Leah gave him his name to draw attention to the distinction between him and Esav. Reuven was the firstborn son of both his parents and the first of the 12 tribes that Yaakov was destined to father. Reuven knew that he was destined to lose the birthright of the firstborn to Yosef, as a punishment for having moved Yaakov's bed into Leah's tent. Unlike Esav, he realized the importance of his birthright. How did he act towards the younger brother whose very existence jeopardized his favored position? Yosef's father sent him to Dosan to see how his brothers feared them. Yosef had already told them of his dream, in which the 11 sheaves of wheat bowed to him, in the sun, the moon, and the 11 stars bowed to him. Reuven realized that these were no empty dreams. They symbolized the leadership that Yosef would claim when he ultimately inherited the right of the firstborn. When Yosef approached the brothers, plotted to kill him, and be done with his dreams once and for all, Reuven had the most to gain from this and saw the justice of their plan. He should have been its greatest supporter. At the very least, he should have just sat quietly at the side and let them take care of business for him. But no, Reuven had mercy on Yosef and devised a plan to rescue him. Do not shed blood, Reuven said. Throw him into this pit in the desert, but do not harm him. Reuven planned to return to the pit, rescue his brother, and restore him to his father. The brothers accepted his plan, and Reuven breathed a momentary sigh of relief. He waited for an opportune moment to arise, and then returned to rescue Yosef from the pit. When he arrived and discovered that Yosef was gone, he tore his clothes in anguish. We could only imagine his reaction. He stared into the pit in disbelief. He searched around for signs of Yosef's fate. He called around for Yosef to come. What images must have come to his mind? Did Yosef die from a snake bite? Did he die of fright? Reuven could easily have quelled his existence by telling himself that at least he had done his best. At any rate, the threat of his birthright had been eliminated, so he had some cause for rejoicing. But that is not how he acts. Reuven groans in sorrow, mourning over his lost brother. No other consideration speaks to him, only his love for his lost brother. Let us pause for a moment and consider how Esav responded when Yaakov took his birthright. How did he react to the thought that his brother would surpass him? He sent his son Eliphaz to kill him. His failed attempt in no way subdued his murderous anger. To this day, we suffer from the anger and jealousy that Esav bequeathed to his descendants. In her mind's eye, Leah compares these two firstborns, Reuven and Esav. The question is, which one is normal? Which one acts naturally? Esav, no doubt. Hatred is the natural response of an older brother whose future greatness is usurped by his younger brother. It would be perfectly natural and expected for Reuven to hate Yosef just the same. The amazing thing is that Esav's perfectly natural feelings of hatred are entirely absent from Reuven. Reuven rose above nature. His heart flowed with love for Yosef, which no personal interest could detract. This great level of selflessness is something that only a Jew can achieve through the power of Torah. Thank you.